Please come see the announcer, Zachary Martins. Just looking to make sure I have a mind picture. 800 and 1500 is the first swim. Got it. We're good. Thank you. I don't trust myself. I think I know it, and then we're ready. And presenting the awards for the ladies 400-meter medley relay. In 8th place, Waukesha Express, Emerson Meyer, Avery Larson, Ella Antonuski, and Olivia Wanner. 7th place goes to Huntsville Swim Association, Abigail Chan, Elise McGraw, Samantha Chan, and Kara Jones. In 6th place, Rockville Montgomery, Amy Quinn, Isla Bartholomew, Sarah Eliasson, and Andrea Dworek. 5th place to the nation's capital, Gwyneth Frick, Carolina Gee, Carly Lauer, and Alexia Sawa. In 4th place, Academy Bullets, Lauren O'Connor, Elizabeth Noraki, Rebecca Rentz, and Chloe Diner. The bronze to the nation's capital, Alyssa Sagel, Leela Wilbur, Allison Widduct, and Elizabeth Sistrom. The silver to the Aqua Jets, Avery Ludke, Grace Rabb, Annabelle Winsel, and Elizabeth Baker. And number 1, the gold, Tierney Lenahan, Grace Koenig-Song, Zara Bolton, and Olivia Safarikova, the NASA Wildcats. And we need the ladies for the 800-meter freestyle to the staging area for walkout. Our final heat of ladies 800-meter freestyle. You need to make your way over to the staging area for walkout. And presenting the gentlemen for the 400 medley relay. In 8th place, Kyle Peck, Malachi Caballero, Owen Hobbin, and Samuel Calder of the Stingrays. Nova of Virginia in 7th place, Nathan Zabota, Spencer Ridge, Ryan Smith, and Cooper Tillman. In 6th place, Nova of Virginia, Crash Ackerley, Pablo Silva, Harry Belcher, and Alexander Ayers. In 5th place, FMC Aquatics, Simon Mikowski, Nathaniel Harris, Andrew Rosa, and Dominic Mazurek. In 4th place, FMC Aquatics again with Brady Johnson, Jeffrey Howe, Nahus Bertulis, and Maxima Ghosh. The bronze going to the Aqua Jets, Henry Webb, Jack Hackler, Micah Davis, and Connor Hogan. The silver to the Suburban Seahawks, Zachary Oswald, Jake Wang, Jacob Johnson, and Ken Yinye. And number 1 winning the event, posting in record time, 3:11.53, JT Schmidt, Simon Bermudez, Rain Graham, and Joshua Howitt, the nation's capital. And I need some help. The ladies for the 800 are behind the blocks. Aren't we marching them out? Yeah, but they're lining up behind. Got it. Got it. I knew that. I was just testing you. And getting ready for that 50-meter backstroke. The ladies at the starting blocks right now. Alexa Braceno of New Albany at block number 1. Claire Conklin at block number 2. Academy Bullets at block number 3. That's Olivia Music. Block number 4, Elizabeth Link of Rockville, Montgomery. FMC Aquatics, Karina Miller at block number 5. St. Charles at block number 6, Jenna Williams. Block number 7, Nation's Capital, Madeline Inman. And Hanyu Bo in lane number 8 for the Condor Swim Club. And our timers, referees, and officials finding their places around the pool deck. Time.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Day 5 of the NCSA Spring Swimming Championships, brought to you by Speedo. We are going to start off tonight. Sorry about that. We had to get ready for the national anthem. But welcome to the NCSA 2024 NCSA Spring Championships, sponsored by Speedo. And we are at the Rosen Aquatic Center. So we are starting with the women's 50 back. In the E-final, we have Alexa Braceno, Claire Conklin, Olivia Music, Elizabeth Link, Karina Miller in lane 5, Jenna Williams lane 6, Madeline Inman in lane 7, and Hanyo Bao in lane number 8. Oh. This is the 50 back. This is get up and go time. No messing around, not a lot of strategy here. Just get your legs moving. Want to see fast hands and fast feet in this event? And coming in under the wire, and the first is going to be Elizabeth Link from Rockville, Montgomery, 30.22. Just 4/100ths behind her. In lane number 3 is Olivia Music from Wild. And in third, up in lane 1, top of the screen, is Alexa Brusino. In the D final, we have Abby Luton from Rockville. We have Henley Hatzung from Minnetonka in lane number 2. Olivia Sina from Verona in lane 3. Charisse Roundtree from York in lane 4. From Laker is Madeline Reynolds, lane 5. Maeve O'Donnell, Wild, lane 6. Sophia Cruti from Charles River in lane 7. And Sophia Fredericks from Arlington Aquatic Club. Starting off these 50s, got to read the names quick. These are short, quick races. This is the D final. Last heat was the 16 and unders. This is the next 4 heats are all ages. And up there in lane 1, Abby Newton from Rockwood Swim Club out of Ozark touches first with a 29.7. And lane number 4, Charisse Roundtree from York finishes second. In the C final, we have Annabelle Wenzel from Aquajuts, Ella Cosgrove from Scottsdale. Lane number 3 is Emerson Meyer from Waukesha Express. Lane number 4 from Suburban Seahawks is Taylor Grimley. Lane number 5 from Arlington Aquatic Club is Catherine Douglas. From Edina Swim Club in lane 6 is Adeline Beegler. And Foxjet lane 7, Paige Marine. And from Rocket Aquatics in Wisconsin, Julia Saxman in lane 8. This is your C final. With these angles, it's very difficult for us at the far end of the pool to catch these finishes. But so that's why I'm a little bit quiet on it. But it is lane 2. It looks like it's going to touch first. That's Ella Cosgrove from Scottsdale. Touching the wall first with a 29.9. We're going to talk a lot about Olympic trial qualifying times, but not in the 50s back, breast, and fly because there are no Olympic trial cuts. In the B final, from Foxjet, we have Caroline Larson in lane 1, Samantha Chan, lane 2 from Huntsville, Gwyneth Frick in lane 3 from Nation's Capital, Maria Cheng from New Trier Aquatics in lane 4, Isabel Barger, lane 5 from Rocket Aquatics, Claire Mihawk, lane 6 from Blazing Barracudas, Abigail Hahn from Long Island Aquatic Club in lane number 7, and Elizabeth Backer from Aquajuts in lane number 8. After the backstrokes, we're going to go into the women's 800, the final heats. We swam some of the heats earlier today, and then the men's 1500 will be we'll follow the 800, and then we'll get back into some of our prelims finals races. The 800 and 1500 are swum. We swim those events. It's a time final event. It's a lot of energy to swim those events twice in a short 5-day format. So I'm doing a little bit of work on looks like in lane number 5, working on the backstroke wedge. The backstroke, as you see, right at the top of the gutter, you see the little strip, and the swimmers will pull those down. They'll use those as it's literally a block. It's a wedge. They can put their feet on there, and that gives them a little bit more traction on the blocks, a little bit more place to put their feet, and keeps them, one of the big challenges for backstrokers over the years has been their feet sliding down on the blocks, and this gives them a little bit more of a fair start. We've got some interesting team races that we can, I don't know how much time we're going to have here, but we'll try to get into them. On the women's side, 8th place is Elmbrook out of Wisconsin with 301 points. 7th place, Rockville, Montgomery, 344 points. In sixth place, Nova, Virginia with 3:47. Oh, we got the girls going, so we're going to go ahead and get going. In lane number 1, Caroline Larson from Foxjet. Lane number 2, Samantha Chan from Huntsville. Oh, we already read the name, so I'm not going to do it again. See them setting those backstroke wedges. They can put those feet. And you see those wedges flip up automatically after the start, gets them out of the way. So when these girls in a 100 or 200 race, when they finish, looking at lane 5 right now, it's Isabella Barger with a great start and out quick. You know, again, this race is all about fast hands and fast feet. You got to want those kick really, and because you're on your back, you want to be kicking up towards the surface. It's going to really help you keep a little bit more streamlined and can be more efficient on your kicking. And it is Elizabeth Barger with a 29.59. In second place, 2 lanes above her from NCAP. In lane 3 is Gwyneth Frick. And in third place is Chloe Mihawk. And that was your B final. We're going to go into the A final next. They're going to parade out. Just give us a little bit more time to mention their names, talk about them a little bit. So. And here we go. In lane number 1, we have Abigail Chan from Huntsville Swim Association. In lane 2 from Aquajets, Grace Robb, seen her a lot in the finals this week. Alexis Stevens from Poseidon in lane number 3. In lane number 4, Margaret Wanizak from Elmbrook Swim Club in Wisconsin. We had Amy Quinn in lane number 5 from Rockville, Montgomery up in Maryland. Alyssa Sagal from Nation's Capital, also from the D.C. area. And in lane number 7 from Ole, that's a Michigan team, Josie Connolly. And finally from NASA Wild out of Chicago, it's Tierney Lenahan. There's a good look at that field. Less than a second separated all 8 of these girls this morning. That's in short course yards. Tonight we're swimming long course meters. The reason we swim meters, long course meters, is because we want to allow our swimmers an opportunity. We swim short course in the morning because we need to run both courses in the morning and keep our meet numbers up and not block kids from being able to participate. But at night, the Olympic trials are swum on a 50-meter pool. You must qualify with a 50-meter time. So this will give swimmers an opportunity to make their Olympic trial cuts in the evening. And watch these swimmers. You see them, those red markers on the lane ropes means that's the 15-meter mark, and the swimmers must come to the surface by then. The better swimmers, you'd want to really work on your dolphin kicking. It's actually faster than swimming, and so you'll see the swimmers try to stay under all the way to that 15-meter mark. Right now it looks like lanes 3 and 4, and it is lane 4. That's Margaret Wanizak, touches first with a 28.44. Right next to her from Poseidon in lane 3 is Alexa Stevens with a 28.5. And in lane 2, right above her, is Grace Robb in third. Now we go to the men, and we have, this is the 16 and under heat. So we have Carson Williams, lane 1 from Nova. Lane 2 is Belazar Filipov from FMC. Lane 3, Alexander Kulkarni from Huntsville Swim Association. And then in lane 4, we have Broderick Hicks from Great Waves Aquatics. Lane number 5, one of the 2 15-year-olds in this heat, Braden Capon from Academy Bullet Swim Club. Maxwell Carter in lane number 6 from Verona. Pablo Pareja from FMC in lane number 7. And Connor Brindley from St. Andrews in lane 8. Lane 8 is at the bottom of your screen there. In this view, it's on the right-hand side. Lane number 1 is on the left or furthest away from the cameras. Here's that underwater dolphin kick. You want to see a lot of fast movements. And again, you want to see swimmer. As a swimmer, you want to be going all the way out to that 15-meter mark as possible. Start is critically important in a 50-meter race like this. Getting out in front because there's just not a lot of time to catch up. Lane number 5, look at those fast hands really moving, and that's why that swimmer's in the lead. Fast hands, fast speed is the key, and that's Braden Capon, lane number 5, 26.82, super fast hands there, dominates that field. Lane number 1, Carson Williams from Nova, finishes second with a 27.67. In the D final, we have Mateus Ramel, lane 1, New Wave. Michael Trechikov in lane number 2 from Huntsville. Lane number 3 from Winchester is Joseph Ornargris. Lane 4, Jack Fullman from NCAP. Lane 5, Ethan Chung from NASA Wild. Lane number 6 from Aquajet, Nathan Carr. Lane 7 and 8 from Reach Aquatics is Bryce Loger and Antonio Aguirre. And as they pop up, it looks like lane 7 had a great breakout. Breakout is that underwater work we talked about. Great start. See if he can hang on to it. Lane 2 up again the top of the screen. Looks very, very strong. And a little bit better view from this angle here as we come under the flags. But it looks like lane 2, and it is. That is Michael Trechikov, lane 2 from Huntsville Swim Association, taking the win. And lane number 4 in the middle of the pool, Jack Fullman second. And third is, right between those two, is Joseph Warnargris from Winchester. Winchester. All right, C final. Charlie Nenchev from Suburban Seahawks. Lane 2, Noah Greer from CMSA. Lane 3, Simon Miskowski from FMC. Lane 4, Gustav Coe from NASA Wild. Lane number 5 from Huntsville is Philip Walker. Lane number 6, Ben Bacon from Nation's Capital. Jonathan Wang, lane 7 from Hinsdale Swim Club. And Alexander Youngblood from Rockville, Montgomery in lane number 8. See the swimmers popping up at different spots. It looks like lane 4 is off to the early lead. Lane 5, I think it actually is. Again, you want to see the swimmers with the fast hands, high tempo. That's very important in this race. Having a strong, fast kick is very important too. And here we see it right there, reaching early. Lane number 5, that is Philip Walker from Huntsville. Man, he's got that long reach at the end there. I thought he was going to take another stroke, but he didn't need it. Second is Simon Miskowski, and then third, Charlie Nevchev. In the B final, Colin Zexter from Ole in lane 1. Lane number 2 is Connor Hogan from Aquajet. Lane number 3, Parker Chan from FMC. Lane number 4, Nathan Zabota from Nova. Lane number 5, Jacob Johnson from Suburban Seahawks. Lane number 6, Ryan Graham from Nation's Capital. Lane number 7, Nohas Bertulis from FMC. And lane number 8, Nasam Elkasam from RMSC. And looks like lane number 8, Nasam Elkasam. We've seen him in a lot of finals this week. And so, but he looked like to get out to the early lead. But look at lane 2 is Connor Hogan from Aquajet up top. And it's going to come down to one of those two. And it is Connor Hogan from Aquajet, lane 2. And then Nasim Elkasam from Rockville, Montgomery in lane number 8 at the bottom of your screen is second. Ryan Graham is Nation's Capital, finishes third. Now we move on to the A final. Crash Eckerly from Nova in lane number 1, Nova, Virginia. From Long Island Aquatic Club, Martin Prasinski. Lane number 2 and lane number 3, Brady Johnson from FMC. Lane number 4, we have Kyle Peck from Stingray Swim Team. Lane number 5, we have Luke Bledsoe from Huntsville Swim Association. And JT Schmidt from NCAP in lane number 6. Lane number 7, Zachary Oswald from Suburban Seahawks out in Massachusetts. And then lane number 8, James Benison from New Wave Swim Team out of North Carolina. Kyle Peck and Luke Bledsoe were the only two under 22. That was in yards. Now we're in meters, so the times will show slower because they're swimming about 10% further. The meet record in this event is a 26.03. And as we might suspect, the middle lanes are getting out to a quick start. And it is Luke Bledsoe and Bedsole in lane number 5. Looks like they have the early lead. We'll get a better view here once we switch cameras underneath the flags. Oh, it looks like actually lane 3 is going to touch first. That's Brady Johnson from FMC. 25.82 is a new meet record. And like I said, there are no Olympic trial qualifying times in this event. But congratulations, Brady Johnson. Touches first, FMC with a new meet record. Next up, we're gonna go completely to the opposite end of the spectrum. We had the 50 backstrokes. We're gonna have the 50 frees later today. All those speedsters. But now we're gonna switch over to the 800 free. I'm gonna have a chance to talk about team scores and things like that. There is an Olympic. This is an Olympic trials qualifying event. The qualifying standard is 8:45.79. The meet record in this event is held from 2012 is at 8:33.48 from a swimmer you may or may not have heard of. Her name is Katie Ledecky. Katie Ledecky is the world record holder. She has probably the top 700 times in this event, and probably not 700, but Katie is obviously well known. She's one of the best swimmers in the world right now. And she has our meet record, 8:33. Came from swam for Nation's Capital, one of the many great swimmers that they've had come through their program. So, like we do for all the A heats, we are going to be parading this group of girls out. So here come the 800 freestyle, the final heat. Now these are all based on seat times, so this isn't like in other events where your prelim times determine your lanes at night. This is all based on your seat times coming in. All right, here we go. In lane number 1, we have Lily Abdella from Team Greenville. In lane number 2, we have Andrea Dworak from Rockville Montgomery Swim Club. Lane number 3, Sarah Larson from Long Island Aquatic Club. Lane number 4, Lily Gormson from Long Island Aquatic Club. Lane number 5, Kyle McMurray from GPAC, Greater Pensacola. Lane number 6, Claire Stolmacher from Nova, Virginia. Lane number 7, Avery Ledke from Aqua Jets up in Minnesota. And in lane number 8, Kennedy Rainwater Elmbrook Swim Club rounds out the field. So what we're going to be looking for in terms of Olympic trials is these swimmers want to hold about a 32, 33 per 50 to make that trial cut. We did have some swims this morning. The 3 fastest times this morning were 9:03.8 by Amelia Lester from City of Richardson. Liliana Kristalik from Lakers Swim with a 9:07.1. And Samantha Anderson, 9:07.4. We talked early in the week that in the prelims finals races, if you're in the A final, then you can finish no lower than 8th. If you're in the B final, you can finish no higher than 9th, no lower than 16th. So it's a way to swim works. But in these time final events, because these girls haven't swum yet, and because the other girls already have, the other girls in the morning will have an opportunity to score points in this event, and so we'll see that. It would not be a surprise to see 1 or 2 of these girls, or maybe all 3 of them, end up scoring in the top 8. So right now we have Andrea Dworak. She is out in. We're showing her. Oh, I see. Okay, so. We're going to have a little bit. One of the issues that we'll see with the splits is that the girls, you see the girls at the far end of the pool. Those are their lap counters. And like Andrea Dvorak touched well first with a 24.6. She did not go 24.6 that first 50. Her counter hit the touchpad and stopped the clock, and gave us that erroneous split time. But these girls are all splitting 32, high 33s. I think you're going to have to be a little bit faster than that. But in this race, one of the things that you want is you want to build. This is a long race. It's an endurance event. You don't want to go sprint in the first half of the race. You want to build your speed. So it's not uncommon to see a swimmer be their second 400 of the race be faster than the first 400 or even splitting. So, you'll see them building up. So our Andrea Dworak is our leader. Lily Gormson, lane 4, is in second. And Kyle McMurray is in lane 5 is in third. But again, less than 2 seconds separates these 3 girls. So we'll see what happens. But I do think they're a little bit off the pace for Olympic trials, unless my math is totally screwed up, and it could be. Now we have lane 2. Then again, Andrea Dworak doing a nice job consistently splitting 33 lows. Talked a little bit earlier, we were going through the team scores. On the women's side, in 5th place is Waukesha Express with 360. Aqua Jets is in 4th with 415. NASA Wild is in 3rd with 446. Nation's Capital 465 in 2nd. And leading the women's is with 744 points. Academy Bullets, their women have swum extraordinarily well, scoring in many different disciplines. They've been absolutely dominant in the breaststrokes with terms of points scored. So been a great day for them. So we're at the 300 mark. We're at a 316. And again, to qualify for the Olympic trials, you need to go in 8:45.79. And that's going to be roughly, you want to, you know, I think these girls are going to need to be under 420 at the turn, at the 400 mark. They're going to need to be under 420 or around a 420, I would think, unless they're going to really kick the spurs to it on the second half of the race. So here we come. We're coming up. This is the midway point of the race, and you're starting to see the race stretch out a little bit. Actually, the race is all the girls are sort of pretty close to it. Some of these girls went times maybe 6 months ago or something like that, or swam times in the summer, and you know, maybe they got sick or something, and so it's not uncommon to see one or two swimmers really fall at the pace, but we're actually not seeing that. So Andrea Dworak is a 4:24, split a 34.0. That's her first 34 we've seen. Again, a little bit off pace for Olympic trials. She's definitely going to have to drop it down. So we're going to need to see some 32s from her pretty quick. So she's at 4:24. And there goes her timer, hitting that touchpad early again on us. So we'll have to kind of eyeball her next split. We'll be able to get her 500 time. So continuing on with the team scores, on the men's side, top 8, New Wave Swim Team, 377. Aqua Jets are at 391 and 7th. And 6th, Suburban Seahawks with 406. 5th place, Rockville Montgomery, 461. Long Island Aquatic Club, 480. Nova, Virginia in 3rd at 554. FMC Aquatics, 580, just a little bit ahead of them. And Nation's Capital dominating the men with 823 points. And like I said, it is Andrea Dworak. She's at 532. And just looks really smooth right now. Kyle McMurray in lane 5 and Lily Gormson in lane 4 are 2nd and 3rd. They're about a second apart from each other. Slightly behind them is Claire Stolmacher in lane 6 from Nova. So, and again, even though you're a couple seconds behind, there is 300 meters left in this race. So we'll see what happens here. But it is not a foregone conclusion. 300 meters, a lot can change. Swimmers were also, they'll pick a time that's kind of their plan of when they want to kind of make their final kick home. Could be 50 meters, 100 meters, 150 meters left in the race. You know, typically you see swimmers building each of their 50s, coming and start building 50s, start descending their time as they try to pick up the tempo. We're seeing, in kind of case in point, Kylie McMurray has split a 33.6. She's now within 2 seconds of the leader, and her last split was 0.8 of a second faster. So while Andrea Dworak has enjoyed the lead, all of a sudden, Kylie McMurray, the last 3 splits have been, you know, she's been holding 33s consistently. So, you know, she's been chipping away at that lead. And like I said, we've got 150 meters to go. 33.9, 33.7. Andrea Dworak dropped about a half a second faster than she has been. Now, it's interesting that Kylie McMurray in lane number 5, she is breathing towards us, where Andrea Dworak, they're both breathing to the right. And so Kylie McMurray will not see Andrea Dworak until she goes back. Sometimes distance swimmers, when they're swimming in a 50-meter course, will breathe a bunch to the right, their comfort side, but then they'll throw in a breath to the left. And that way they can keep an eye on what's going on in the pool. 34.1 for Andrea Dworak, 33.5 for Kylie McMurray. So she is absolutely closing the gap. The race now is down to a 1.5 seconds distance. And you look at Kylie McMurray now, she's breathing to her right. She can see Andrea Dworak over there, only a couple lanes away. There's no swimmers in between them. Both swimmers are picking up their kicks. Andrea Dworak, 33.7. Kylie McMurray, 33.6. She's still got about a 1.5 seconds to go. She's going to have to really drop the hammer. But boy, you look at Andrea Dworak. She's got her legs going. I think she knows the situation. Now she's breathing towards Kylie McMurray. And both these girls, I mean, I don't think it matters which way you're breathing now. You're kicking as fast as you can. You're getting after it. But this race is absolutely going to, Kyla McMurray is just screaming down the pool right now. Comes home in 30.8, closes that gap massively. But Andrea Dwork had enough of a lead for an 8:55.07 to win the race. Kyla McMurray from Greater Pensacola, 8:55.5. So for Kylie, I mean, great race for both those ladies. In third place, Avery Ludke from Aqua Jets with a 9:01. So awesome swim for these ladies. And we're going to keep track of the rest of the field. So fourth place, 9:03.98 was Kennedy Rainwater. But this morning, Amelia Lester won a 9:03.85. So she's actually going to finish in fourth. And we had two girls go 9:07 and the two girls at 9:07. They're actually going to finish 8th and 9th. So two of the three girls will slip into that. Will slip into the top 8 from this morning. Now we go to the men's 1500. The girls are going to head over to the warm down pool and warm down for quite a bit. Those swimmers that are swimming tonight and have other events, it's critical that they get over and warm down and get ready for their other swims, because it's so much more difficult swimming in finals in another event after you've swum the 800. Some of these guys are going to swim the 200 AM, the milers, so wouldn't be surprised to see some of these guys coming up later, and they're going to be struggling. They're going to be really important for these guys to get up and get a great warm down. So in lane number 1, William Siegel from Long Island Aquatic Club. Lane number 2, Evan Gluck from City of Richardson, Texas. Lane number 4, Luke Corey from, oops, I'm sorry, lost my sheet here. Lane number 5, or where are we at? Lane 4, Nathan Zabota from Nova. Losing my mind here. Lane number 5, Sean Green from Long Island Aquatic Club. We've seen him quite a bit. A lot of these guys we've seen. Matthew Marsteiner from New Wave out of North Carolina. We've seen him quite a bit this week. Jari Zhu from Aqua Jets is in lane 7. And in lane number 8 is Bryce Bohr from Nations Capital. All right, so now we have the men's 1,500 meter race. This is the long one. The qualifying time for Olympic trials is a 15:39.89. That means that these swimmers need to hold about a 102.6, which means 102.6 per 100, or 31.3 per 50 in order to make the Olympic trial cut. We had some swims this morning, and some of the names you may recognize. From Highlander Aquatic Club, Ryan Turner was a 15:55. Brady Began from Rockville, Montgomery was a 15:57.9. And Cooper Zachar Kemi from Rockville, Montgomery was a 16:01. So those are the top 3 times this morning, and they're going to be hoping that those times will be good enough to get a top 8 swim. The early leader down in lane 8 is Bryce Rohr. He's out in a 58.3. 30.8 was his split. Sean Green, 30.5 is in second. We're already seeing a couple of swimmers starting to pull away from the pack. And right off the bat, we have Sean Green, 30.8. And we have Bryce Rohr with a 31.9. Like we said, these guys need to be holding 31.3s if they're going to have a shot to make the Olympic trial qualifying time. And again, this race, you kind of think of it, it's a 1,500. That's 3,500. Just swim the first 500 strong. You want to put a little more energy into the second 500, and then put some more energy into the third 500 after that. Try to build the race for yourself. Sean Green at the 200 turns it a 2:00. And Jari Zhu from Aqua Jets is in second. He's at towards the bottom of your screen in lane 7. He's at 2:01.3. This heat is significantly faster than anybody in the morning. The fastest 200 split from the morning was a 2:07.0. All of these guys are faster than that. They're all 2:01s, 2:03s. So, but right now, Sean Green is outsplitting the field. He's the only one splitting 30 points. And 30.8 is, and he is 30, his last 3 splits are 30.89, 30.80, 30.88. I mean, he is a machine right now. He's just clocking off those 30.8s. Let's hope I didn't jinx it for him. 30.7. So, you know, he is in a strong position. We got a lot of swimming left, but if he can maintain these splits, he will be competing at the Olympic trials in the 1500 in Indianapolis. The Olympic trials are going to be this summer in Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Lucas Oil Field. It's the NFL stadium for the Indianapolis Colts. This is going to be the first swim meet ever conducted in an NFL stadium. They're going to put the pool in the end zone. We're going to have the bowl on the one side, providing 3 sides of seating. They're going to put temporary seating on the football field, to get that 4-side to give us a full stadium effect. The capacity of that stadium will be 30,000, roughly 30,000 spectators. So, if you want to see some great swimming in an amazing venue, head to Indianapolis this summer. If you go to usaswimming.com, you can check out the ticket prices and things like that. There are a lot of tickets left, but they are going fast. So now Sean Green, while I was talking about the trials, he slipped up to a 31.2, 31.2. He's still in good shape. He's 400 meters into this race. He's in very, very strong shape. In lane number 7, Jari Zhu, he's holding 31.3s, 31.2. So he's actually in very good shape too. His splits are right where you need to be to Olympic trial qualifying. And so coming into the 500, 5:13 is 1/3 of the Olympic trial qualifying standard. I think we're going to see Sean and Jari Zhu both under that time. Matthew Marsteiner is in 3rd. He's 31 mids right now. So Sean Green turns at a 5:06. Jari Zhu turns at a 5:08. And Matthew Marsteiner turns at a 5:12. So they're all under the pace. Remember, that includes the first 100 where you dove in, you had a little bit extra speed. Matthew Marsteiner is going to have to pick up the tempo a little bit if he's going to make that trial cut. Evan Gluck looks pretty strong too. He's 31.9. Again, not quite on pace, but we never know. Now we're in the second 500. It's kind of a little bit of a where psychologically you've got a long way to go. You've crossed that first threshold of the first 500 meters, but you do have a little bit of a ways to go. You got to make sure you're thinking about your tempo, thinking about your technique, thinking about the little things, keeping your mind in the race, keeping awake, keeping alert, not daydreaming. All of a sudden your splits start to drop off a little bit. Sean Green, 31.1 last split, 31.1 again. Again, that's right where he needs to be for Olympic trials. Jari Zhu, 31.5. I think he needs to be a little bit faster than that to get that trial cut. Need to be about a 31.3 on these 50s. Sean Green, 31.4. That's his first split. Slower than Olympic trials qualifying pace, but it's right at it. You can have 1 or 2 when you've been holding the splits he has. You can have 1 or 2 get away from him a little bit. Jari Zhu, 31.6. So we've talked about the women's score. We've talked about the men's score. That's a 31-3. Now getting back down to it. I think that's right where Sean needs to be. Now the combined scoring for this meet, the team scores. In order to score combined points, you must have women and men scoring in the meet. In 8th place, Long Island Aquatic Club with 626 points. Just about 30 points ahead of them. Nassau Wildcats is 656. In 6th place, FMC Aquatics 752. And with 805 points in 5th place is Rockville Montgomery. 806 points, 1 point ahead is Aqua Jets in 4th. The Academy Bullets just slightly ahead of them with 35 points, 835 points. Just ahead of Aqua Jets is in 3rd. Nova Virginia, 901 points. And just dominating the field is Nation's Capital with 1,288 points. So a lot of great races within there. Sean Green, another 31-2. He's at the 800 mark. His time is at 8:14. There is a men's 800, so his time in the 800, if it's fast enough, could qualify him for Olympic trials. You can use intermediate spits to qualify. 8:18.54 is Jari Zhu, 31.6. He's had a few of those. He's been consistently 31.6, 31.7. I think he's going to need to pick those splits up just a little bit if he's going to have a shot at the Olympic trials. At the 900 mark, Sean Green, 31.3 again, 916.9. So the time we're coming up, when these guys get back down to this end of the pool, we're going to be looking at the 1,000-meter split. Obviously, Sean Green still out in front of the pack, but the goal here is to be a 10:20, under 10:26. If you're 10:26, you're definitely on pace. I think we're going to see Sean Green several seconds ahead of that. Jari Zhu's going to be close, I would imagine. Sean Green is a good, solidly 6 seconds under the pace to make the Olympic 12 qualifying time. And Jari Zhu, he turns at a 10:25.3. He's about a second ahead, but these 31.8s that he's now starting to throw are starting to be, that's going to be troublesome. He needs to, hopefully his teammates are on the side of the pool. His coach is going to get him going and cheering for him and pick up so he can pick up the tempo here. Sean Green, 31.2 is in great shape, cruising. At the end of the night tonight, we will have banners for our championship teams, and we will also the top 2 men's teams, top 2 women's teams, and top 2 combined teams will receive banners that they can take home and hang up in their facility. Oops, Sean Green, 31.7. Come on, bud, get it back down there. And again, every now and then you see a split get away from you, but that's nothing to panic about. We'll also have performance awards, so we take a look at the best performances of the meet for an individual swim from any swimmer. And we will also, I believe we have high point awards too. And then Coach of the Year awards. We have a Coach of the Year for the women's and for the men's race. All right, Sean, 31.7. That's 3 in a row now that he's been off the pace. But again, he spent a lot of time putting a lot of good splits into the bank. I think he's still going to be in pretty good shape. Another 31.5, that's better. Couple tenths, so he's 12.26 at the 1,200 meter mark. Yeah, Sean Green needs to be at least a 12:31 there. He was 12:26, so he's 5 seconds ahead of the pace. So he can be a little bit off the pace each of these lengths. 31.8, but you know he wants to be 31.3, so he's 5 seconds off. He's just giving back 5/10, so he's got to be a little bit careful. You know, Jari Zhu's starting to come back a little bit, 31.5, so his tempo's getting a little better. Now these guys, you know, they're about 200 meters to go here. They know now they can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you know, now we start to see where they start to pick up their tempo a little bit. So again, Sean Green still 4 seconds ahead of the pace, so it's pretty comfortable. He's got 200 to go. Sean comes back. He's going to want to be 14:37, I want to say, at least. And I think he'll be under that pace. 31.6, that's a little bit better. And you'll see these guys, the last 100, they're going to start picking up the tempo. You know, they're grinding this out right now. But when you hear that bell coming, they're going to start hearing bells here as they come under the 1400, at the 1400. The timers are ringing the bells for them, and that means, all right, one more lap, down and back one more time. Sean Green, 14:33, still 4 seconds ahead, 31.7. He hears the bells, they all do. What's actually interesting is that these guys are really all, I mean, it's a very tightly spaced heat. There's only 2 swimmers that are slower than the pace set by Ryan Turner this morning. Yeah, so our 2 guys, we have 2 swimmers in this heat that will not finish in the top 8, I don't think, and because of the spectacular swimming this morning by Ryan Turner and Brady Began. But here we go, coming under the flags. 14:34 is the trial cut. And like we predicted, Sean Green had a great swim, makes the cut. But very, very impressive, very impressive is Jari Zhu, who was splitting 31.5s, 31.7s, 31.8s. All of a sudden, last 300, 31.3, 31.0, 28.9. Had he split another 31 high, he would not have made the trial cut. 32 would not have made the cut. He splits a 28.9. That's a blazing last 50, which gets him an Olympic trial qualifying time. Congratulations, Jaru. And then in 3rd place, we have Nathan Zabota, 15:42. And again, a great, but last 100 comes back in 57.8, and just flying home. We're going to move right into the women's 200 IM now. In the E final, we have Emerson Meyer from Waukesha Express, Caitlin Goff and Lila Devlin, both from Mason Makos in lanes 2 and 3. From Greater Pensacola is Cameron Tilger, lane 4. Suburban Seahawks, Caitlin Colasar, lane 5. Lake Country, lane 6. That's Audrey Faulkner Wargul, Sophia Jimenez from Blazing Barracudas, and the 14-year-old Paige Kowal from Academy Bullets, the youngster in the field. This is the 200 IM. We talked a lot about the 400 IM. You remember, you know, it's not uncommon to see lead changes in this event, as we start with the butterfly, we go to the backstroke, then breaststroke, then freestyle. And so, you know, you might see strong breaststrokers fall behind early. They do want to stay close, however, because you don't want to get too far behind. And touching first, Cameron Tilger from Greater Pensacola, 30.1. Sophia Jimenez from Blazing Barracudas, lane 2. Blazing Barracudas are out of Lake Erie, northeast Ohio. Cameron Tilger looks very comfortable in the first half of this race. I think I remember this from her 400 IM also, if I recall. Very smooth on the backstroke, good tempo, opening up her lead a little bit. Smoothly into the wall, she's 106.6. Second place is Audrey Faulkner Wargul on the 107.6. She's about a second lead. But now let's see who the breaststrokers are. We should see these breaststrokers starting to come up. Paige Kowal, the youngster, the 14-year-old, down in lane 8. Coached her mother, Betsy Nagel, for many years, also at Academy Bullets. And Paige is starting to move up in the breaststroke. But Cameron Tilger still with the lead, looks like, as we come under the flags. Looks like Sophia Jimenez and Paige Kowal will touch next, but also Caitlin Goff from Makos is up there at the top of the screen. Very, very tight race. All three of the second, third, and fourth place girls are all within 1/10 of a second of each other. Now we go to the freestyle. And again, Cameron Tilger, a very comfortable lead in this race, but she's going to go with those legs later on. Paige Kowal, a freestyler, looking very strong. And it is Paige Kowal finishing second with a 32.6, one of the faster freestyle splits in that race. In the D final, we have Maria Webb from Rockville, Montgomery in lane 1. Isabella Bloom from Badger Aquatic in lane 2. Ariana Nicula from Academy Bullets in lane 3. Kate Pulaski, a Dinosaur Club in lane number 4. Elizabeth Goodwin Burney in lane number 5 from Nova. Elizabeth Sistrunk from lane number 6 from NCAP. Her teammate next to her in lane 7, also from NCAP, Maria Grasheva. And Kira Reed from Nova in lane number 8. Like we've got Elizabeth Goodwin Burney in the lead. It's kind of hard to see. I can't quite make it out, but yeah. Looks like she's going to touch first, but it's going to be quite close. She does touch first. Maria Webb in lane 1, and Ariana Nicula from Academy Bullets is in third in lane 3. Very, very tight race, just a few hundredths of a second separating their leaders. Now we go to the backstrokers. I'm seeing Kara Reed down there in the bottom of the screen. Looks like she's making a move. Good fast tempo, but also at the top of your screen, you got Maria Webb. Nice tempo, good hand speed. Elizabeth Goodwin Burney still also out in front. It is Elizabeth, lane number 5 from Nova. She touches first. And Maria Webb still in second place, just 4 100ths behind her. Now we go to the breaststrokes. Looks like lane number 6, Elizabeth Sistrunk from NCAP, is starting to take charge, but her teammate, Maria Grisheva, a couple of NCAP breaststrokers, look like they're making a move. And also in lane 2, Isabella Bloom from Badger Aquatic Club. And it is Maria Grisheva in lane number 1, outsplitting the field by nearly 2 seconds. Isabella Bloom, the second fastest split, has moved into second place. And in third place is Kayla Pulaski, Kate Pulaski. Maria Grisheva is still maintaining her lead, but we do have some swimmers starting to make a charge here. And yes, it is. It is Kate Pulaski from lane 4 from Medina. 222.51 in lane number 7. Maria Grisheva with that great breaststroke leg. It finished second. And then Elizabeth Sistrunk also strong in that back half with a third place finish. In the C final, we have Peyton Williams from CMSA. Lane number 2, Elizabeth Backer from Aquajets. Lane number 3, Olivia Safarikova from NASA Wild. And lane number 4 from Verona out of Wisconsin, Maisie Parody. Lane number 5 from Poseidon is Alexis Stevens. They're out of Virginia. Ella Antonuski from Waukesha Express out of Wisconsin. Carolina Daher from Laker right here in Central Florida. And Grace Koenig-Song also from NASA Wildcat. We've got a couple Wildcats in this field. And touching first in lane number 2 is Elizabeth Baker. She's from Aquajets. In lane 4, Maisie Paradise right behind her from Verona. And Alexis Stevens from lane number 3 from Poseidon, is a third from Poseidon. And it looks like Alexis Stevens is going to take the lead here on the backstroke leg. Look at it. She's got fast hands and getting those feet up, really getting after it. With the dominant 50, Alexis Stevens outsplitting the field by 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds. Takes the lead. In second place, Maisie Parody from Verona is in second. And up in lane 2 from Aquajets, Elizabeth Baker is in third place. And Alexis Stevens looks like she's getting shot out of a cannon this middle 100. She is now just busting open a lead on this field. Looks like Maisie Parody, lane 4, is going to be in second after the breaststroke. Although Grace Koenig-Song has been very strong in the breaststrokes. She splits a 41.2. She has the fastest split. She's been very strong in the breaststrokes all week, like we said. But it is going to be Alexis Stevens from Poseidon who's going to take this race pretty handily. Grace Koenig-Song looks like she's going to hang on for second, but Maisie Paradise looks very strong. And also Ella Antonuski from NASA Wild. She is Grace Koenig-Song's teammate. Also making a charge. And it is Alexis Stevens. And Grace Koenig-Song hangs on for second. And Ella Antonuski slips into third place there. In the B final, we have Caitlin Hodem from Nova, Virginia. Elizabeth Bryan, lane 2 from Machine Aquatics. Isabella Bowe from St. Charles Swim Team in lane 3 and lane 4. Cornelia Fox, Condor Swim Club. Gwyneth Frick from Nations Capital, lane 5. Isabella Wodowitz from Academy Bullets in lane 6. Sadie Murphy, Academy Bullets in lane number 7. And Allison Bischoff from Nova, Virginia in lane number 8. So the C, B, and A finals all score heats. Obviously, the B scores more than the C, and the A scores more than the B. Team leader on the women's side, Academy Bullets, has a couple of girls in this heat looking to extend their team lead. And touching first is Isabella from Academy Bullets in lane number 6. Gwyneth Frick from Lencap in lane number 5, right next to her. And Cornelia Fox in lane number 4. So the lanes 6, 5, and 4 with the lead. Now we get into the backstroke, and we'll see who the backstrokers are on this field. And while you may see a swimmer in one particular stroke make a move in their best strokes, it's really important that you have 4 strong strokes. You can be dominant in one stroke, but the other 3 strokes need to be solid, or else in a field like this with these talented ladies, you will struggle. We have a new leader, Caitlin Hodem, up in lane number 1, touches well first. Gwyneth Frick is second in lane 5. Cornelia Fox is third in lane 4. All right, yep. Now we move into the breaststroke. I think this is going to come down to Caitlin Hodem and Gwyneth Frick in lanes 1 and 5. And it is. It is Gwyneth Frick in lane 5 who's going to touch the wall first. And she's going to have Cornelia Fox and Isabella Wojtowicz right on her heels. And for these freestyles, you want to get those legs into the race, really have a fast kick. You see the swimmers that are moving out in front, our 2 leaders, Gwyneth Frick and Cornelia Fox. It's going to be too close to call, but Cornelia Fox looks a little bit stronger as they're coming in under the flags. We'll see if she's able to snatch the lead, and indeed she's going to. The 2:20.00. Olympic trial qualifying time for this event is a 2:16.09. Margaret Orasti is from Long Island Aquatic Club, set the meet record in 2016 with a 2:14.39. Here comes the A finalists marching out. In lane number 1 in the A final, we have Caroline A.G. from Nation's Capital. Lane number 2, Marie Landino from Cola, that is City of Lafayette Aquatics. Lane number 3, Grace Robb from Aquajets. Lane number 4, Lila Bognar from Team Greenville. Lane number 5, City of Richardson's Campbell Chase. And in lane number 6, Margaret Wanasek from Elmbrook. Lane number 7, Chloe Diner, Academy Bullet Swim Club. And lane number 8, Sadie Buckley from Mason Mako Swim Team. Once again, the Olympic trial qualifying time is a 2:16.09. Let's see if any of these girls are going to earn a trip to swim in a football field. Or swim on a football field, technically. And starting off in lane number 5, Campbell Chase from City of Richardson, core swimming. With the early lead, a lot of fast hands on these backstrokers, really getting the hands moving. Sadie Buckley is in second, but she's looking very, very strong, as is Chase Campbell. Lily Bognar continues her lead with 102.7 in lane number 4. Sadie Buckley in lane number 8 is right behind her, 102.74, just 200ths of a second back. And Chase Campbell Chase, 102.99, just 2 tenths behind them. It looks like Chase Campbell is going to take the lead here in the breaststroke leg. The swimmers from the other teams just cheering their teammates on, having a little bit of fun with it. Chase Campbell, 38.8, 141. She is your leader. Lila Bognar is in second, right next to her. They are pretty close, but Campbell Chase is just putting the hammer down. Big, strong kick, making her move. Up in the top from Nation's Capital is Caroline Agee. She's in third place in the tight race with Sadie Buckley in lane 8. But this is all Campbell Chase right now, just dominating the field. 2:13.48. That is a new meet record, and she will be swimming in Indianapolis. She's punched her ticket to the Olympic trials. Lila Bognar, 2:15.41, also will be competing in the Olympic trials. Carolyn Agee in the end cap holds on for third with a 2:17.70. So 2 more Olympic trial qualifying times. Now we're going to switch over to the men's IM, 200 IM. Olympic trial qualifying time is a 2:03.49. 2:00.31. Andrew Seliskar in 2015, Nation's Capital. Lane number 1, Ian Malone. These are our 16 and unders, Greater Pensacola. Daniel Janitis, Academy Bullet Swim Club in lane 2. Andrew Cito in lane 3, New Wave Swim Team. Joseph Warner-Gris from Winchester Swim Team in lane 4. Michael Zhu in lane 5. Josh Donovan in lane 6. Both those men are from Nation's Capital Swim Club. Lane number 7, Adam Maminovic, Nova, Virginia. I think I got that right. Lucas Schaefer, lane 8, rounding out the field for Rockville, Montgomery. 4 fast 50s right here. That's what we're looking for. Don't want to get too crazy on this first 55 and burn up all your energy, because you're going to want to have a little bit left for the freestyle. But definitely need 4 fast 50s here for these guys. These are our 16 and unders. And touching all first is Ian Malone from Greater Pensacola up at the top of your screen. And also Michael Zhu from lane 5. They both touched it at 27.1. 200s behind them, and third is Luke Schaefer down in lane 8. So look at this field. I mean, it's a straight line. You couldn't pick a winner if you tried. Very, very close, very competitive race. And Michael Zhu still the leader, 59.8 after the backstroke. Things are mixing up. Joseph Warnagris is in second, up in lane 4, right next to him. And down towards the bottom of your screen, Adam Maminovic is in third, lane 7. Let's see who knows how to swim breaststroke here. Who are the good breaststrokers there? They're going to make a move here. Up in lane number 2, Daniel Janitis from Academy Bullets is pulling into the lead. Very strong breaststroke leg, 36.4, over a 2 seconds faster than the rest of the field. Now he comes off the wall. He's got that big kick going. He's your leader. Michael Zhu in lane 5 is in second, and Joseph Warnagaris in lane number 4 is in third. Michael Zhu trying to reel in Daniel Janitis. going to come down to Daniel Janitis of Academy Bullets and Michael Jew of NCAP. And Michael Jew, 30.2, 208.91, just a couple of tenths ahead of Daniel Janitis with a 209.19. Lane number 4, Joseph Warnargaris with a 210.4, finishes third. In the D final, NASA Wildcat Aquatics in lane 1 with Stuart Timmerman. Lane number 2, Eli Martin, Arlington Aquatic Club. Lane number 3, Alexander Grocholski from Aquacon Swimming. Lane number 4, Thomas Farney, Nova, Virginia. Lane number 5, John Ussery from Hilton Head Aquatics. Lane number 6, Nathan Decker from Naval Academy Aquatic Club. Lane number 7, Samir Alkasem from Rockville, Montgomery. We've seen him multiple times. Ethan Silver, Long Island Aquatic Club, lane 8, rounds out the field. And as we come in under the flags, touching first, it is lane 7, Samir Alkasem. Not a surprise, he's been a consistent finalist for us all week. Lane number 3, Alexander Grocholski is in second place. We take a look at the backstrokers. Once again, Alexander Grocholski is looking very, very strong, but it's going to be an incredibly close race right now. Lane number 6, Nathan Decker looks to be making a bit of a move right now. And it's going to be Nathan Decker touching first. Actually, he and Alexander Grocholski, they're tied at 59.41 for the lead. Thomas Farney right behind him at 59.7. All right, who knows how to swim breaststroke here? Let's see. Well, apparently a bunch of these guys do, but lane 7, Samir Alkasem, looks to be trying to put a little bit of move on this field. Also lane 3, Alexander Grocholski, looking very strong. We'll see when we get this camera. That's a great angle for us. There's like three guys here. So, but it is Eli Martin, lane number 2, touches first. Right behind him is Alexander Grocholski. And then in lane 3, so it's lanes 2, 3, and 4, the leaders right now. Thomas Farney from Nova is in third. But right now it's Eli Martin, and he is from Arlington Aquatic Club in Potomac Valley. He is your leader. And he is going to touch first. Don't make me a liar. And it is Eli Martin touches first with a 207.3. He's coming in second. Right next to him, Alexander Grocholski with 207.8. And in third, down in lane 7, Samir Alkasem with a 207.9. In the C final, lane 1, Griffin Oler, Rockville, Montgomery. In lane number 2, another couple of 15-year-olds out there in lanes 1 and 2. Lane 2 is Braden Capon from Academy Bullets. Lane number 3 is Owen Hoban from Stingrays. Lane number 4, Joshua Bay. He was the winner in the 100 breaststroke, I believe 200 breaststroke earlier. So watch for him in the back half of the race. Braden Capon's the backstroker, watching him towards the early of the race. Josh Bay is in lane number 4. Luke Dwyer from Condor is in lane number 5. Noah Robinson, lane number 6 from NCAP. Lane number 7, Abram Mueller from Badger. And lane 8, Charles Greenwood, NCAP. Olympic trial qualifying time is a 2:03.40. I know that Josh Bay and Braden Capon each have trial cuts. I don't know about the rest of the field. I apologize for that. Some of the swimmers that I'm more familiar with in the Midwest. Look at Owen Hoban, lane number 3 at the top of your screen, getting after it. Going to put some pressure on this field right off the bat. he's out in a 26.5. He is and then 2 lanes down from him, lane 5, 26.7, Luke Dwyer. And all the way at the bottom of your screen, Charles Greenwood's in third with 27.1. They said we're seeing here, we're seeing lane number 2, Braden Capon make a move. Luke Dwyer, lane number 5, making a move. Josh Bay is sitting there in lane 4. He's back in the field, but this guy can watch him in the breaststroke. I promise you he's going to have, I've been shocked if he doesn't have the fastest split. And it is Braden Capon who touches first with a 58.8. Right behind him is Owen Hoban, 59.6. And another 59.6 of Luke Dwyer. But right off the bat, boom, right there, Owen Hoban takes the lead from Braden Capon with his breaststroke. And we're watching, keep an eye on Josh Bay. He is just moving up to that field, but I may be a little bit too far behind to make up all the ground he needs to. And it is Owen Hoban who's in first, and Braden Capon is staying right there with him. These guys touch the wall, 1, 2, and then Luke Dwyer's in third. They are at 136. They need to be at 203.49. It's going to take a yeoman effort to get this trial cut. But boy, it's a great race out there in lanes 2 and 3. Braden Capon, the 15-year-old from Academy Bullets, and Owen Hoban in lane 3 from the Rays. And it's going to be Braden Capon with a 206.59. Great swim. His father is the head coach of the Academy Bullets Swim Club. Proud of him. Also, his dad is also an IMer, so great swim, and he's scoring a lot of points for Academy Bullets, so love to see that too. In the B final, Henry Webb, Aquajets, is in lane 1. Eric Nadecki is in lane 2 from Westchester Marlins. William Savarese, lane 3 from City of Richardson. Strahina Maslow from Long Island Aquatic Club is in lane 4. Jeffrey Hugh from FMC Aquatics is lane 5. Ryan Arisman, lane number 6 from Lakers Swim. Henry Gow from Hinsdale Swim Club is in lane 7. And Alexander Ayers, Nova, Virginia, lane 8. So we're starting to see a lot of these guys. When you get to the A&B finals, you see the guys that have been coming back here every night and getting some final swims. So typically see that, you see a lot of it in the A, B, and C finals. Boy, it's going to be too close to call, but it is Henry Webb touching first from Aquajets in lane number 1. Lane number 3, William Savarese is in second. And down at the bottom, Henry Gow from Hinsdale is in third. And lane number 1, Henry Webb continuing with his lead of this event. But lane 6, Ryan Arisman starting to move up on the field too. Let's see when we get this backstroke like, But it is Ryan Arisman with a blazing 32.1. Outsplits the field by most of the field by a second, but Strahina Maslow also the great best backstroke split to move up on the field. But it's Ryan Arisman lane 6 and William Savarese from Corin lane 2. And where are the breaststrokers hiding? Lane number 3, William Savarese from City of Richardson, core swimming. Looks very, very strong right now, pulling ahead of the field. And he's going to touch first with Strahina Maslow from Long Island Aquatic Club right next to him. These two guys are touching at a 135.3, 135.7. It's going to be a little bit off the pace for what it's going to take to make a trial cut. Thinking you got to be about a 131, 130, probably 132, 130 to have a legit shot at it. If you're a great freestyler, 133, low. And touching first, William Savarese with a 204.1. He came back in 28.8. So I'd say 133, 134 is what we're going to look to see these guys in order to make a serious run at the trial cut. Strahina Maslow from Long Island Aquatic Club is second. And third, Ryan Arisman from Laker. finishes third. Then the B final. All right, here come the big dogs, the A finalists. After this heat, we're going to run through a whole bunch of awards. And name number one, we have Hudson Schuricht from Scottsdale Aquatic Club. Lane number 2, Jake Wang from Suburban Seahawks. Lane number 3, J.T. Schmidt from Nations Capital. Lane number 4, Charles Buffton from NASA Wild. Lane number 5, Simon Bermudez from Nations Capital. Lane number 6 from GPAC, that's Greater Pensacola, Logan Robinson. Lane number 7, Henry Belcher from Nova. And then lane number 8, we have Crash Ackerley from Nova. Second time we've seen him tonight. A couple of Nova swimmers. NCAP looking to increase its lead on the high side and on the combined. Here we go. It's the A final of the men's 200 IM. Meet record 2:00:31. That's a tough one. And 2:03.49 Olympic trial qualifying. It looks like lane number 1, Hudson Schuricht from Scottsdale, is going to be the early leader. And I am completely wrong. It is lane number 6, Logan Robinson. Bad angle on that. Harry Belcher was lane number 7, is in second. And Jake Wang in lane number 2 is in third place right now. We watch the bottom of the pool. Lane number 2 also for some of these backstrokers. Crash Ackerley is looking good right now. And it is Harry Belcher in lane 7 and Crash Ackerley in lane 8. 1-2, both from Nova, Virginia. If they can hang on, they're going to score a lot of points for their team. J.T. Schmidt from NCAP is in third, up in lane 3. The Nova men at the bottom of the pool looking very strong. Jake Wang from Suburban Seahawks at the top, though, also looking strong. Charles Buffton from lane 4 looking good. So it's going to be under this race. We'll see where they're at coming on the flags. But it is. This is Jake Wang. He's 133.8. He's going to need a 29.5 to get his trial cut. Charles Buffton from Wild in lane number 4. And Harry Belcher from Nova in lane number 7. So Jake Wang's going to need a big splitter. He's going to have to be under 30 seconds to get the trial cut. Cuts a 2:03.49. And he does he get it? 2:04.13, 30.3. Jake Wang finishes first. Harry Belcher from Nova in lane 7 finishes second. And Charles Buffton finishes third from NASA Wild.
And right now we pause in the competition to present awards. And first at the awards is going to be the 50-meter backstroke event. And ladies and gentlemen, presenting the top 8 in the ladies 50-meter backstroke, our champions and medal winners. In 8th place, from Huntsville Swim Association, Abigail Chan. 7th place goes to Nassau Wildcats, Tierney Linehan. 6th place to Ole Swimming, Josie Conley. In 5th place, Rockville, Montgomery, Amy Kinn. 4th place, Nation's Capital, Alyssa Sagal. The bronze to the Aqua Jets, Grace Rabb. The silver to Poseidon Swimming, Alexa Stevens. And the gold, posting in with a winning time, 28.44, Elmbrook Swim Club out of Wisconsin, Margaret Wanozek. And in the gentlemen's 50-meter backstroke, our champions. In 8th place, New Wave Swim Team, James Benison. 7th place goes to Suburban Seahawks, Zachary Oswald. In 6th place, the Stingrays with Kyle Peck. 5th place to Nova of Virginia Aquatics, Crash Ackerley. 4th place, Nation's Capital, J.T. Schmidt. 3rd, Long Island Aquatic Club, Martin Persinski. The silver to Huntsville Swim Association, Luke Bedsole. And the gold, posting in with a time of 25.82, a new meet record, surpassing Dylan Curtis, 26.03 from 2016. Your new record holder, Brady Johnson. And presenting awards for the ladies 800-meter freestyle. In 8th place, Laker Swim Club, Liliana Ristolik. 7th place goes to Nova of Virginia, Claire Schulmacher. In 6th place, Long Island Aquatic Club, Lily Gormson. 5th place, Elmbrook Swim Club, Kennedy Rainwater. In 4th place, Core Swimming, Amelia Luster. The bronze to the Aqua Jets, Avery Lubke. The silver to Greater Philadelphia Aquatic Club, Kylie McMurray. And posting in with the low time, 8:55.07, Rockville, Montgomery, Andrea Dworek getting the gold. And presenting the gentlemen for the 1,500-meter freestyle, our top 8. In 8th place, Rockville, Montgomery, Brady Began. 7th place goes to Long Island Aquatic Club, William Siegel. In 6th place, Highlander Aquatics, Ryan Turner. 5th place, New Wave Swim Team, Matthew Marsteiner. In 4th place, Core Swimming, Evan Gluck. The bronze goes to Nova of Virginia Aquatics, Nathan Zabota. The silver, posting in with a time, 15:38.14, a ticket to the Olympic trials, Aquajets Giroux Zhu. And the gold going to Long Island Aquatic Club, posting in with a winning time of 15:35.40, Sean Green. And presenting the ladies in the 200-meter individual medley. 8th place going to City of Lafayette, Marie Landreneau. 7th to Academy Bullets, Claude Diner. In 6th place, the Aquajets, Grace Rabb. 5th place goes to Elmbrook Swim Club, Margaret Winezik. In 4th place, the Mason Makos, Sadie Buckley. The bronze to Nation's Capital, Caroline Agee. The silver, posting in with a 2:15.41, taking the ticket to Olympic trials, Team Greenville, Leela Bogner. And the gold, posting in with a winning time of 2:13.48, a new meet record. Also a ticket to the Olympic trials, Core Swimming, Campbell Chase. And bringing out the gentlemen now for the 200-meter individual medley, our champions. From Scottsdale Aquatic Club, Arizona, capturing 8th place, Hudson Jurek. 7th place is Nova, Virginia, Crash Ackerley. 6th place goes to Nation's Capital, Simon Bermudez. In 5th place, Nation's Capital, J.T. Schmidt. 4th place to Greater Pensacola, Logan Robinson. The bronze to Nassau Wildcats, Charles Buffton. The silver to Nova of Virginia Aquatics, Harry Belcher. And number 1, posting in with a winning time, 2:04.13, Suburban Seahawks, Jake Wang.
All right, we've got the ladies 50 freestyle. We started this session off with the backstrokers, the sprint backstrokers. Now we're going to finish it strong with some lightning fast 50 freestylers. We're going to start with the 16 and unders. Jasper Jones from Nova, Sulia Miller from Badger Aquatic Club in lane 2. Lane 3, Libby McCarthy from Edina. Lane 4, Lilia Barber from Rise out of Chicago. Ella West Antonowski from Waukesha Express in lane number 5. Lane number 6 from Minnetonka Swim Club, Henley Hatsung. We have from Greater Pensacola in lane number 7 is Madeline Cassidy. And rounding out the field, lane number 8, Lily Abdella. start to finish, key to this race, put your hand on the wall. Pretty simple. I heard somebody, I heard a coach, I heard a parent telling a swimmer, just go really fast, go really fast. So I thought that was good advice for a sprinter. So I hope she's a sprinter and not a miler. So I might have not, don't want to go too fast on the mile to start. Personally, I like it when parents let the coaches tell the kids what to do and go from there. But hey, you guys, parents, have a lot invested in this too, so. And they are off. See them dolphin kicks going. And the thing about the 50 free is, boy, typically, especially the first half of the race, it's usually just a straight line. Then once you get towards the end of the race, it looks like a swimmer might be pulling ahead. Really, it's just them maintaining their speed while everybody falls off the pace. So your winner for heat number 1 on the 16 and unders is Ella Antonuski from Waukesha Express. In heat number 2 in the D final, Camille Zinnes from Hinsdale Swim Club in lane 1. Leah Raji from Nutri Aquatics, lane 2. Sophie Karoma, lane 3, Machine Aquatics. Tessalina Stavropoulos in lane number 4 from St. Charles. Paige Maureen from Foxjet in lane 5. Leah Nebraska from New Albany, Ohio, not from Nebraska, lane 6. Rocket Aquatics, Julia Saxman in lane 7. And Maeve O'Donnell in lane 8 from NASA Wildcat. I'd love to tell you some great strategies about this, but really it's just get up and go. The start is extraordinarily important in this race, and also lining up a good finish. So you want to make sure you hit that wall full extension. You want to roll onto your side because you get a little bit more length by doing that. Leah Raji, Nutria Aquatics in lane number 2 is your D finalist champion. Paige Maureen in lane number 5 is second. All right, so C final. Sarah Eliason is in lane number 1 from Rockville, Montgomery. Pair of FMC girls, Sarah Juris and Brooke Manicky in lanes 2 and 3. Lane 4 from Scottsdale, Ella Cosgrove. Claire Conklin, Academy Bullets, lane 5. Brooke Corrigan from Academy Bullets, lane 6. Tierney Lenahan, Wild, lane 7. And rounding out the field, our third Academy Bullet, Susanna Krasnicki. These kids will be scoring points for their swim team. The CB&A finals are all scoring. And it's Brooke Manicky from FMC finishing first. Ella Cosgrove from Scottsdale finishing second. And in third place, Brooke Corrigan from the Academy Bullets Swim Club. In the B final, we have Marie Landreneau from City of Lafayette, Catherine Kuhn from Palatine Park District in Illinois, Campbell Chase from Core Swimming, you've seen her tonight, Adeline Biegler from Edina, Audrey Owen from Elmbrook, and then lane 6 is Peyton Flowers, lane 7, Elise Block, both from Verona, and Alexis Stevens from Poseidon. Whew. Coming under the flags, is it lane 4? It is lane 4. That's Adeline Biegler from Edina Swim Club out of Wisconsin. 2 lanes up, Catherine Kuhn from Palatine Park District in Illinois. And then lane 5, Audrey Olin rounding out the top 3. She is from Elmbrook. Alrighty, in lane number 1 from the Academy Bullet Swim Club, Becky Rentz. In lane number 2 from Metro Atlantic Aquatic Club, that's Sarah Paisley Owen. In lane number 3, we have Olivia Wanner from Waukesha Express Swim Team out of Wisconsin. Lane number 4, Riley Arisman. We don't have to tell you where she's from. She's from Lakers. We've been watching her swim all weekend. Caroline Larson from Foxjet in lane number 5. Lane number 6, Josie Connolly from Ole. We've seen her quite a bit this week. Aspen Gersper from St. Andrews, swimming in lane number 7. And lane number 8, Amy Quinn from Rockville, Montgomery. Here we go. We got the championship final here on the women's 50 free. Then we're going to swim the men's 50 free, and then we are going to swim some time trials tonight. We've got a couple of heats of time trials, and boy, if you've been watching this webcast last couple of nights, or if you've been in the building, you know how loud and exciting it can get for these time trials as kids trying their last effort to make the Olympic trial qualifying times. Great clean starts. I don't think I've seen a single false start this week. A horrible time to bring it up, probably. But great clean starts across the board. It looks like the leaders are in the middle of the pool. And it is Riley Arisman. And 24:98 is her time. 25:69 is the Olympic trial qualifying time. I apologize for not bringing that up earlier. But she will be going to the Olympic trials. 25:39 was the meet record until Riley Arisman just crushed it. 25.33 a second. That's Caroline Larson also going to the Olympic trials. 25.59 is we got there to hit it. Sorry, they cleared the screen too fast for me. But we had 3 girls make Olympic trial cuts in that last heat. All right, men's 50 free. Logan Lapinow, EBSC. Lane 2, Alexander Jungbluth, RMSC. Evan Whitty from Minnetonka, lane 3. Lane 4, Tyler Phillips, NCAP. Lane 5, Andrew Cito from Wave. Lane 6, Micah Davis from Aquajet. Lane 7, Joshua Donovan from NCAP. And from Reach Aquatics, Antonio Aguirre in lane number 8. These are the 16 and unders, the fastest 16 and unders not to finish in the top 32. This heat, like we've been talking about, is designed to get those kids who just come up from the age group meet, the youngest swimmers, give them an opportunity to make the final. Evan Whitty from Minnetonka finishes first with a 23:92. Olympic trials qualifying is a 22:79. The long course record for this meet is James Jones, 2015 from Nation's Capital, 22:84. So if you get an Olympic trial cut, you're going to be under the meet record. Michael Tretyakov from Huntsville is in lane number 1. Owen Hoban, Stingray, lane 2. Carter Fast, Rise, lane 3. Aquajets, Henry Webb, lane 4. Ethan Zhu from Condor, lane number 5. And lane number 6, Mateus Ramo from New Wave. Lane number 7, Henry Tragle from Nation's Capital. Owen Cooper, lane 8, Chattahoochee. Gold. Can't stress the importance of the start. Really reacting quickly to the starter's command, getting in the water quickly, being tall, great breakout, fast speed, get up and go. And then it's about lining up the finish at the end. And lining up the finish at the end is Owen Cooper. He takes the gold in this heat, and he is from Chattahoochee Gold, 24.13. Also ties with Ethan Zhu from Condor, also at 24.13. They tie for first. Congratulations, gentlemen. All right, C final, Samuel Calder from Stingray Swim Team. He's in lane number 1. Lane number 2, Lucas Bailey from St. Andrews Aquatics down in southeast Florida. Emery, Dominic Mazurik in lane number 4 from FMC. Andrew Vanis, lane number 5, Nations Capital. Lane number 6, Martin Parachinsky from Long Island Aquatic Club. Maximus Roach from FMC Aquatic. Hunter Zipperer from York Swim Club in lane number 8. And your winner, Samuel Calder from Sea Race, is the winner. Out there in lane 1. In lane 3, Elliot Lee finishes second. I was just told that the time by Riley Esper, it was a national record for 13-14 girls. So congratulations, Riley. And she's from Lakers Swim Team. In the B final, we have Alexander Arsic, Nassim Ellickson in lane 2, Jacob Johnson lane 3, Jason Ross in lane 4, Luke Bedsole in lane 5, Ryan Graham lane 6, Samuel Wolf lane 7, Brady Johnson from FMC in lane 8. Didn't have time to get the team names off, trying to make that quick announcement. Riley Ayersman in the last heat with a national record for 13-14 girls in the 53. Meet record, national age group record, and a trials cut. Not bad. All right, so Samuel Wolf from Rona Area Swim Team out of lane 7. Good to see that the former Emily Pasula, IMer, breaststroker, coach for Verona. Could see she can coach some sprint stuff too, so it's nice to know. We were talking earlier today about how about some distance sets that her coach, her father, would dream up for her. So good to see she's evolving. Here we go. We got the A final. This is it. Last race of the meet until we get to the time trials. We had 2 time trials tonight. All right, so here we go. Lane number 1, Kyle Pack from Stingray Swim Team. Lane number 2, Joshua Howat from Nations Capital. Lane number 3, Jake Wang from Suburban Seahawks. Lane number 4, your number 1 qualifier, Connor Hogan from Aquajets. Lane number 5, Devin Dilger from Ole Swimming. Lane number 6, Owen Watkins from RMSC. Lane number 7, Chase Swearington from New Albany Aquatic Club. And your 8th qualifier, Logan Robinson, Greater Pensacola. The Olympic trial qualifying time is at 22:79. The meet record is 22:84. So Devin Dilger get an extremely exciting time trial a couple of nights ago, get the 100 free. These guys are all right on this Olympic trial qualifying time of 22:79. We'll see if anybody can punch their ticket. Come on, guys, let's finish this meet off strong, get a couple trial cuts. We have a 200-meter breaststroke time trial from Scottsdale Aquatic Club. Emma Sayers coming up after this. Again, off clean. Looks like Devin Dilger has an early lead. 22:79 is the money swim. That's the time to beat. Devin Dilger, 22.67 out of Ole Swimming, which is now all of a sudden a sprint program apparently. That is a new meet record, and also that is an Olympic trials qualifying time. Heartbreakingly in second place with a 22.80, just off the trials cut, 1/100th. Is Connor Hogan. 23-12, Josh Hoet in third from Headcap. I don't know if Connor Hogan has that trials cut or not from an earlier performance. If not, I would anticipate we may see another time trial. All right, we're going to the... So congratulations to Devin Dilger. It's his second trial cut this week, solidifying Jeff Cooper as sprint coach extraordinaire. Women's so now we have a swim off into a time trial in 200 breaststroke. This is Emma Sayers from Scottsdale. She was 2:32.49. The Olympic trial cuts at 2:31.69. She's got to be about a second faster. I'm telling you right now, there's nobody has left the building. Everybody is still here, except for some RMSC kids who probably have a flight to catch. But building is packed. You are going to hear every time her head comes out of the water, you're going to hear the crowd pushing her on. You're going to hear everybody in the room is going to be just screaming all at once, you know, to get her, so that she'll hear it every time her head comes out of the water. They'll be helping her with that tempo. Important thing here, the excitement of this is to, it's like I call it, don't overcook the first 50. You don't want to get out too fast. Got to be controlled in this event. She looks good. I like that she's stretching out the pace here. She's stretching out her stroke, staying long, being patient. You want to build this race up. Second 50, you can turn over the tempo a little bit more. Third 50 after that, get after it. Once you get done with that first 100, she's 2:31. Is the qualifying standard. She is out in 34.3. That's certainly fast enough, and I love that she looked controlled. Now you're starting to hear the crowd a little bit. If you can hear this crowd, every time she comes up, there's whistling, there's cheering, shouts of go. It's going to get louder as she gets further into this race. Boy, she looks really strong, nice and stretched out with the stroke. 2:31. She probably wants to be a 13 or a 14 here. And she is a 2:12.57. She's got a lot of speed. 38. So if she can hold those 38, she's going to be well under pace. She can actually be at 39 if my math is correct. Boy, the crowd is still behind her 100%. Everybody going nuts. The entire Scottsdale team is behind her lane, cheering her on. 39.1, she's good. She's gonna, she can do that again. She can be a 39.98. So she's going to come. The crowd, now everybody in the building is shouting go every time she takes a stroke. I thought so. She's coming in under the waist. She looks very strong right here. Get your hand on the wall, girl. 2:30. I'm going to let the crowd do the talking. 2:31.22. Over a second faster. That's the impact, the emotion of this crowd brings to this. 2:31.69 was the Olympic trial cut. She goes at 2:31.22. So we've got another Olympic trials qualifier. I've just been told that we will have another another time trial. It's going to be a 50 freestyle. My guess is it's going to be Connor Hogan from Aquajet, who missed the trial cut earlier. So we are going to have another time trial. We may do some awards first. Give this kid, as he just came out of the 50 about 5 minutes ago. I don't know if he wants to swim that again this quick, but again, this is one of the great things about the National Club Swimming Association, the NCSA, and I'm proud to be a member of the board, is that this is about the swimmers. Everything is about the swimmers, and you know, we've got some great officiating crews led by Bob Vincent, who's been doing this meet for years. Dave Olak is our age group meet ref, and he usually runs the men's course. Peter Legaw is our admin ref. Lisa Olak is the head of the admin team. And, you know, everybody, we all have the same philosophy. The coaches who run the board and the officials, you know, we're all in the same boat here doing everything to the kids. We're going to follow the rules. We're going to do everything we can. You know, we're going to do it all right. But we make sure that, you know, any way we can, if there's something that we can do that's going to help the athlete, we can keep it within the rules, we're going to do that. So we may do some awards now. I'm not sure what the order of events are going to be, but we'll see where we're at here. And as soon as I find out, I will let you know. So we're going to do the awards for the 50 freestyles. And then, which will give Connor Hogan a chance to get a little bit of a breather, get himself collected, and get up and get ready to go for this 50 free. And I promise you, this crowd's going to be going crazy for him. I would be surprised if he even goes up to get his award. My guess is that he's going to stay back, totally focus on this one opportunity, on this swim, his last chance for this weekend to get the 50 free qualifying time. He went 22.80, qualifying times at 22.79. So I'm going to turn it over to our meet announcer, Mike Greenwell, another guy who does a great job for us year in and year out, and he's going to take over the awards.
And ladies, 50 freestyle presenting the top 8, the Walk of Fame. What an event. In 8th place, Rockville, Montgomery, Amy Quinn at 26.57. 7th place, Ole Swimming, Josie Conley at 26.20. In 6th place, Academy Bullets, Rebecca Rentz at 26.06. 5th place, St. Andrews, Aspen Gersper at 25.98. And she is dancing on that bubble. 4th place, ladies and gentlemen, Waukesha Express, Olivia Wanner, Olympic Trials Cut 25.65. 3rd place, Metro Atlantic, Sarah Paisley Owen, 25.59 Olympic Trials. The 2nd place was Fox Jets. Caroline Larson posted in with a 25.33, surpassing record time for this meet and going to the Olympic trials. And number 1, 24.98, swims for the Lakers Swim Club. Ladies and gentlemen, she had the 3rd fastest time ever in the 100 freestyle. Tonight, She just got the national age group record in 13 and 14 ladies, 24.98, the meet record, and a ticket to the Olympic trials, Riley Erisman. And thinking about that 50 freestyle coming up in just a few minutes. And gentlemen, introducing our championship finalists once again. In 8th place, the Stingrays swim team, Kyle Peck, posted in with a 24.06. 23.79 put Owen Watkins in 7th place, Rockville, Montgomery. 6th place, Logan Robinson of Greater Pensacola, 23.66. 23.50 Suburban Seahawks, Jake Wang in 5th place. 4th place went to New Albany Aquatics, Chase Swearingen at 23.37. 23.12, only 1/100th of a second, I believe, off the Olympic trials cut. 22.79. No, I take that back. And 23.37.12, Joshua Howitt of Nation's Capital getting the bronze. And here's the good one. Connor Hogan, 22.80, 22.79, the Olympic trials cut, and he broke the meet record. And number 1, Devin Dilger, only swimming 22.67, the new meet record holder, and a ticket to the Olympic trials.
Very much. All right, so we're wrapping this up, but in that last event with Connor Hogan just heartbreakingly missing that 53. I'm glad he's going to go for it again. He actually would miss the parade to get his award. He ended up walking up there and getting it, but he just getting ready for his race. What's interesting is that the 50 freestylers, the guys who got top 8 in the 53 in the last heat, in that heat with Connor Hogan, they're all sitting behind the blocks cheering for him. The entire heat of the men's 53, they're back there, they're slapping him, getting him going, getting him jacked up. Connor Hogan, very simple. Won a 22.80, needs to be a 22.79. It's dead quiet. Getting ready for the start. Good start, looks clean. Good tempo, I like that straight arm recovery. He's going to just windmill him through this whole thing. He is jacked up, he's pumped. I think he's more pumped than he was for the individual event. Ah, 23.32. Not what he was looking for, obviously. But, you know, it's very, very difficult. You come up, you get pumped up, and you got to turn right around within 10 minutes and try to do that again. You know, you put all your energy into your main race. But, boy, he was pumped for that race. There's no doubt about it. But, fortunately, he's only 100th off, and he's got a lot more opportunities to get that trial cut. You can qualify for the next couple of months. So, see where he's at. So we're going to do some team scores. We're going to do some awards also for individual awards. We're going to just kind of hold on here until we get all the information. We have Coach of the Year awards. We have Swimmer Performance awards. So we are okay, so we do have some awards to wrap up with tonight. We're going to start with the High Point Awards for women's and men's. Then we're going to go to the Performance Award. The Performance Award is based on a PowerPoint ranking. So, you know, it's how do you compare a 100 breaststroke to a 200 backstroke and things like that. So we actually, there is a power ranking system originally created by a guy named Nick Thierry, if anybody cares. And so we will use that power ranking to determine what the fastest, what the best swim of the meet based on those power rankings. So our top 5 for the women's high point scores for their teams. Lila Bognar from Team Greenville scored 169 points. Campbell Chase from City of Richardson scored 173 points. Grace Robb from Aqua Jets, 185 points, is tied for second with Caroline Larson from Foxjet. And the high point score for the women is Riley Arisman, who finished off tonight with a win in the 53, which was a meet record. On the med side, we have J.T. Smith from Nation's Capital in fifth with 140. Jake Wang with 144 points from Suburban Seahawk. In third place, Kyle Peck Stingray swim team with 146. Nathan Zabota from Nova, Virginia, 163. And Logan Robinson, 198 points from Greater Pensacola Swim Club, scoring a ton of points for his team. They're grabbing their awards right now. For the Individual Performance Award, it's going to go to, on the women's side, it was Margaret Wanizak. Her 100 back was worth 1,024 points. So we're just getting the girls up there. That was, if you're just watching Riley Arisman get her High Point Award. So that's Margaret Wanizak from Elmbrook Swim Club getting the Performance of the Award for the women's. And that's the Bob Gillett Performance Award. Bob Gillett is the founder of the NCSA and the founder of this meet. And he saw a need, and there's Margaret getting her award. But Bob Gillett saw a need for a high caliber junior level meet, team quality meet, and that's what we have now. In the men's side, the Performance Award goes to Joshua Bay. His 100 breaststroke, 965 points from Highland Hurricane Swim Club. So Josh Bay is he has the Performance Award. So now we're going through the team scores. On the women's side, in fifth place, Rockville Montgomery, 521. NASA Wildcats, 601. Aquajet, 706 in third. In second place is Nation's Capital Swim Club with 790. And on the women's side, our team champion, Academy Bullet Swim Club, dominating with 1,045.5 points. You see the Academy Bullets in their purple shirts coming up. We went a little bit out of order there, but you can see the Academy Bullets girls. On the men's side, Rockville Montgomery Swim Club with 698 points. As you see, the Academy Bullet girls going to get their award. Long Island Aquatic Club, 716th and 4th. FMC Aquatics in 3rd with 820. Nova, Virginia finishes in 2nd with a strong showing tonight on 899 points. And it was Nation's Capital, 1,193 points. They've pretty much took the lead right at the beginning of the meet, and they hung on to it all the way through, and expect most nights were extending their lead. Great individual and relay performances, and Tom Ugast, owner of NCAP's got to be really happy tonight. Now we do the combined scores. These guys settle things out here, and then we're going to continue on with the combined awards and the coaches award. Before we go on to the coaches, before we go on to the combined team champions, we're going to do the Coach of the Year award. On the women's side, Coach of the Year goes to, from Academy Bullets, Todd Capon and his coaching staff. Todd Capon's Coach of the Year. Todd is, full disclosure, one of my former swimmers. On the men's side, so Todd Capon is the women's Coach of the Year. Well deserved. The Academy Bullets women really swam outstanding all weekend long, winning the women's by over 300 points. And on the men's side, the Coach of the Year for the men's is Jeremy Lynn from Nation's Capital. Jeremy Lynn and the coaching staff of Nation's Capital Swim Club, as they dominated the men's points. Won't always go to the winning team, but it goes to the winning team when they swim really, really well, and both of these clubs did. NCAP had a great meet. Their men really swam well. Their women were in second place. It was a great overall team effort for them. We're going to now go on to the combined team scores. In fifth place with 1,145.5 points is Academy Bullet Swim Club. Fourth place, Rockville Montgomery Swim Club, 1,219 points. And in third place, Aqua Jet Swim Team. And you see these are very familiar names. If you've been coming to this meet for a while, these are the teams that you see year in and year out are performing and coming and bringing their A game to this meet. Aqua Jets is certainly part of that group with 1,303 points. Aqua Jets out of Minnesota. Nova of Virginia Aquatics, 1,369 points in second. And our combined team champion from the Nation's Capital Swim Club. They were second in the women, first in the men. Pretty dominant. They won the meet. They won the combined total by over 600 points. So a great day for them. Great total team effort for NCAP. Again, we'll be back with you guys next week for the age group meet, where we'll get to see the up-and-comers, the kids who are in a few years will be coming back to this meet and swimming and getting into finals and scoring some points for their team. So Next week is the age group meet. Then next summer we're going to have the NCSA summer meet again. So we'll look forward to seeing you guys. My name is Bill Schulz, and I'm one of the board members of the NCSA. I'm also the meet director next week, so I don't know if I'll have time to do this, but look forward to having you guys all come back and join us next week. So we're signing off now, and congratulations to all the swimmers and teams for a great week of swimming.
Till next time. Good to see you. Thank you. You too. Thank you. Oh, great. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you.